Good morning. So, I might have just done something stupid. I just got a tattoo in the middle of training for my first 70k. So, come join me for a run. Let's have a chat and see how it goes. Welcome back to Conversational Pace, episode 2, where we're going to analyse the life decision I made in the middle of a training block for the longest race of my running career to date. I'll give a bit of background on what I've done. So I'll pop a picture up now showing the tattoo. As you can see, it's quite the piece. It's basically a full half sleeve that wasn't intended, but is greatly adored by myself. I love it. I'm glad I got it. But it was not part of the plan. It was a spontaneous move. The guy was a freehand artist who sketched something up on my arm that was far beyond anything I could have ever envisaged. And then my gut told me, this is the artist for me. And I gave him free rein to do his thing. Like I said, no regrets. I love it. I'm doing a 5k today because this thing is still healing. Less than a week from getting it. So we're going to take it nice and easy and discuss the impact it's going to have or has had on my training block, might have on the race, and how I need to pivot to save it. Now, as I mentioned in the last video, I had a new training plan for this race, which was very low intensity but highly consistent. So every day, slow paced, lots of volume. Instantly that plan changed with the tattoo, and I was looking at taking some big breaks. I was told by the artist and coach ChatGPT that I was going to need to take realistically a week off, and I had 4 days off. I did a very, very slow run with my wife, and then this run. But what ChatGPT told me was that coming back this weekend at least, I would still need to keep the volume low. So I'm running out of weekends in time to get in these big 30 plus kilometer runs. And now I need to make a plan of, do I even do that? If I don't do that, will it impact the race? How is the fitness going to feel in the race when I start getting to the halfway mark and beyond? There's now lots of uncertainty that training plan I had was going to squash. So that's us just turned around past halfway. We are just over 3k we did the turnaround at. It's going to be a 6k run really. So we've talked about what I've done. We've talked about how that can be seen as a real scary negative impact just before my big challenge. However, we need to be real here. There is no point in letting fear overwhelm me. It sure as hell isn't going to make me give up. What we need to do is be pragmatic. There's benefits to this. One of the main benefits, and something I'm guilty of, is I mentioned in my training plan I was running every day. And I'd mentioned in the last video that I was waking up with pains in my feet and things. And being forced to take these four days to a week or so off gives my body the chance to recover
that I wasn't giving it. It almost forced me to recover, which is better that coming from a tattoo than that coming from an injury that could have taken me out till race day or beyond. So there's a potential blessing there that we've got to be grateful for. We now need to consider how the strategy changes in my training plan for this race. I think the important first thing to do though is revisit what the goal of this race was. This will be my longest ultra. I'll be going from 50k to 70k after learning about my heart condition. I want to prove to myself I can complete the distance and not worry about the elevation. That will then come in future races I've got planned. But this one is, can I complete the distance? And in order to do that, I know I'm going to run this at a slow pace. I am really looking for the slow and steady pace. With that goal in mind of, I'm just trying to complete this thing, I don't think we're in too dire a situation here. I think what we need to do is make sure this tattoo heals. And in order to do that, I think this week we keep it light, as I've been doing. 5, 6Ks. We're not trying to set the world on fire with any amazing distances or times. We keep it nice and easy. Next week, if the healing's still going strong, we will start up in the volume, but not to the original plans. I don't think forcing out 35k back to backs at this point is going to change my race. I've ran these long distances before. I know it hurts. I know I need to keep the heart rate low, slow it down, fuel properly. I know my fitness is not where it was when I ran my last races, and it's gonna hurt. If I was going there to make a statement and run something crazy, yeah, these runs are really important. But for the goal I'm trying to achieve, I think just slowly easing back into the consistency this week, and then being consistent the couple of weeks before. Just maintaining my training, staying moving, staying healthy. That's what's going to be important for this race. And that, I think, is the plan. We're not going to panic. We're not going to give up. We're going to pivot and adapt. Be grateful that this isn't an injury. And we're going to keep moving forward, just like in the race. We're going to keep stepping forward. Right, so there we have it. That was just over 6k done in a 6 minutes 51 pace, which is not exactly what we're in for. I was wanting to stay around the 7 minute pace, keep the heart rate low and keep the sweating down, mainly so the tattoo doesn't get too full of sweat and infected. As you can see, it hasn't really worked. I am dripping, even at 6 a.m. with even with an average heart rate of 128 beats per minute, and that's with me sending the last 500 meters. That yeah, it's hard to keep the sweat off here. But overall, good run. It was good to be back out. I needed to be back out. And I think the overall summary is that even though we had to take a break and we have to change the plan, it may have been for the best. It may have prevented injury. And realistically, it doesn't change the goal. We have a pretty solid goal in mind, and the plan we have around that is adaptable. we need to be adaptable, because even in the race, the plan we put into that race, it might change. We might have stomach issues, we might not be able to take down food, we might struggle with the heart rate, we might struggle with the heat. There's all sorts of things that could happen in that race, and we need to be able to adapt. And that's what we're going to do here. We're not going to let this get us down. Ultimately, I've got a pretty kick-ass tattoo. Something I've wanted for a long time. Better than I ever imagined it being. And I'm happy. I'm happy with where we're at for this race. I'm looking forward to it now. Come on, it's only 2.5 weeks out. 2.5 weeks out from the biggest challenge of my running career, we'll call it. And I'm ready to get it. So please, if you've enjoyed this one, please give us a like and subscribe. And as I said before, any advice in the comments would be really greatly appreciated, because this is only video number 2. I'm still brand new to this stuff. And I have no idea if what I'm doing is good or not, but I'm enjoying it. So, stay positive. Keep pushing. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Hey guys, forgot to mention, the next episode is going to be in Singapore, so I'll see you there. Bye!